Hello, everyone. This is Kerwin, and welcome to another episode of Travel Talk. And I've got food behind me, so that may suggest airport lounges. But today's topic is going to be about American Express Platinum Card. Let's go. So, the American Express has a lot of different products, and yeah, they're a financial company. And one of their products is American Express Platinum Card. The Platinum Card comes with a lot of perks, but it's not for everyone. If you are not going to be traveling, it's pointless, right? Unless you just want to pay the $6.95, which is the cost of the card, and say, hey, I've got one in here that I can do this, I can do that. But it really pays off. Matter of fact, American Express pays you to keep the card because you get so many perks, and I'm going to show you that in just a sec. Now, the thing with American Express is they have a charge card and a credit card. Now, what's the difference? Credit card, you pay on a monthly basis based on whatever balance you have left. A charge card, you pay it off all every month. You don't keep a running balance on it. However, on the charge cards, American Express does have an option where you could, I think they call it pay over time. So if you choose whatever transaction that you want, and you can pay that transaction over the time, just like you would for a credit card. Now, why do people get the American Express Platinum card? For different reasons. In travel, it's mostly because of the sign-up bonus. What is a sign-up bonus? A sign-up bonus is an amount you get for getting the card. So you go and you apply, and sometimes it depends on what they are. Sometimes they're 60, 80, 90, 100,000 points, membership reward points. The beauty of membership reward points is that you can transfer them to select airline. American Airlines, American Express has a number of partners that you can transfer them to. And I leave a link to that because it's quite extensive. Actually, on my website, passrider.com, I have a little table that shows you who American Express reward points can be transferred to. Some airlines at Virgin Atlantic give you a premium to transfer. A premium means that they give you extra. Instead of 1-to-1, you get like a 40% extra for the points that you transfer. So it's actually, it can be very, very lucrative when you get the sign-up bonuses, which is why so many people will what they call churn cards, and which means you sign up for multiple cards because you get multiple bonuses, and then you can use these bonuses to transfer to an airline, and then you can book the ticket with that airline. You can also use those membership reward points for all kinds of stuff, like pay for your Amazon. You can also book on American Express has their own travel service, so you can book in the American Express travel service, and you can use the membership rewards because they're actually equal to a certain amount of money. So there's lots of stuff you can do with membership rewards points. One of the main things, but there's a cost, right? There's always a cost for everything. So in order for you to get those 100,000 points, you have to spend, I think now it's probably $6,000 now in 3 months or in 6 months. It varies, right? So whenever you sign up for the card, look and see what the terms and conditions are, because if you don't spend that required amount within that certain time frame, then you won't get the card. I mean, you won't get the points, which is the whole reason why you signed up for it in the first place, right? The other thing too is that you can add members for a specific price. So it's up to $195 now, and it's just quite expensive. But if you look at what you get for the 195, then it might be worth it. So and that's what we're going to take a look at. So without further ado, I'm going to share my screen. And why don't we just do that? So I hope you can see the information I have here. So the cost of the card is $6.95. And here are the benefits that you get. I'm going to give you the benefits that really blows it away as long as you travel. So the first one is Hilton Gold Elite status. Now, in order for you to get Hilton Gold Elite status by yourself, you have to stay 40 nights. And Hilton is pretty expensive hotel. It's probably like about $175 will be the average per night. That's $7,000. So immediately, when you get the card for $695 plus the probably $6,000 you have to spend on a card. But if you think about the amount you have to spend on the card within that 6-month time frame to get the bonus points, it's probably money that you're going to spend anyway. If you have to do what you end up doing is put everything you spend that you have to spend anyway, you put it on that. So if you have to buy groceries, if you have to buy gas, if you have to buy clothing, if you have to travel, because the card gives you, I think it gives you 5 times bonus points whenever you use the card on air travel. And so you just have to be smart about what you're doing. So if you think that you're going to spend $6,000 in 6 months, which is about $1,000 a month, then this might be a good card for you. If you're not going to do that, then it's probably not going to be worth it. Now, whether or not you get the bonus points, you still have all these perks. So just so you know. So the other thing is Gold Elite status with Marriott, which is for Marriott is 25 nights. Marriott properties are a little cheaper, not by much, and I average them about $150 per night, so that's $3,750. Already, that's way over the $695 you paid for the card. Now, the American Express Global Lounge Collection, I can't even put a price on that. The meal you see behind me is actually from the American Express Lounge in one of the airports. They have I think there's Denver, Dallas, Houston, Las Vegas, San Francisco, LaGuardia, JFK. So they're all over the place, Miami. Now, one thing, they're very crowded, and they're very crowded because a lot of people have applied for the cards. And so as a result, you see, you try to get into a line, and the lines are ridiculously long. So that happens, right? However, though, if you think every time you go, like the meal behind me, if you have to pay for that meal, there's wine, there's soup, and there's a full entree. If you had to pay for that meal in an airport, probably talking about maybe $40, right? Because airport food is really expensive. And if you do that enough times, you only need to do that a few times to pay for the $695. And so it's actually worth it. The other thing too is that you get access to lounges worldwide. So American Express has an agreement with Priority Pass. And Priority Pass is a company that manages, they don't really manage the lounges because the lounges are usually locally, I guess, taken care of, but they give you access to the lounges. So all you have to do is show your American Express card, show your same-day boarding pass within 3 hours, and then they charge American Express for the visit that you're doing. Typically, your visit should be up to 3 hours, and oftentimes you can extend that. So it is actually a pretty good benefit, I'd say. I didn't put a value to that because the value to that is just ridiculous, right? Now the other thing is, so let's say you don't fly and you don't travel, which I don't know why you'd pay $695 for the card if you don't, but let's say you don't. But you can get digital credits. So if you watch Disney Plus, Hulu, New York Times, Peacock, SiriusXM, Wall Street Journal, Audible is actually there, but Audible ends on October 1st. You can get a credit of up to $240. Then they give you like a monthly amount for whichever one of these services that you sign up for. And American Express is very good at this. They if you sign up for it, as soon as your account is paid, because you have to use American Express card to pay for it, of course, right? As soon as the account gets hit, then you get the credit. And that's the beautiful thing about this. They also have promotions that come through. So they'll have promotions like spend $200 at Hilton and you get $50 off. So that $175 per night average room. I just stayed in New York and it was a DoubleTree and it was $221. So you easily get credit back when you stay at these hotels. I mean, it's kind of a no-brainer to do it, right? Now, the other thing is you get $200 hotel credit, but this is for specific hotels. So to find hotels and resorts or the hotel collection, and you have to book them through American Express. So American Express has their own travel agency, and you can go online and you can book them through this American Express portal that you have. And of course, you have to pay with a platinum card, right? But you can get a credit of $200. These hotels are really expensive, but they're really nice. The other thing is that you get a $200 airline fee credit. Typically, this is for the primary card holder. Now, what you do, you select an airline, and every time you have something like a check bag fee, you have to buy food on board, or anything similar to that, then the card, you just, some of them are actually really good. Once you select the airline and you do the charge, as soon as you pay for it, you get the credit. It's very good at how they've worked this part out. And of course, if you have any trouble, you can call American Express. The very good thing about American Express is that their customer service is really good. When you call them, they will help you. They're very polite, very professional. And so the customer service is amazing. Concierge service is something they have, which means that if I'm in New York and I want to go see a Broadway show, I can say, hey, American Express, I'm in New York, I need a Broadway show, can you help me? They will go find your ticket. This is the kind of stuff that they do. Some of the services that I have not actually used this, but if you're in a hotel and you need something, you can call them and they'll probably have it delivered to you. There's a cost in it. One of the things that's coming up is they have in New York is a US Open, and there's an American Express lounge. I think there's actually two of them that's going to be there, where you present your card, you can actually take two guests and you can use the lounge, and there's food and refreshments and stuff like that in there. So there are quite a bit of perks for this card. The other thing that's there is a Walmart monthly membership. So if you get a Walmart monthly membership, which I think is $12.95 a month, and there's taxes and stuff added to it, they'll give you a credit of up to $155. Uber, not a fan of Uber, but if you take Uber, you can get Uber credit. I think did I say it's $200, and in December they give you an extra $20 because more people, I guess, traveling there, so you get $220. Clear, I'm not a fan of Clear, but Clear is a system where you can pay your you pay $189 and they give, well, it's credit. I don't know how much Clear is, but American Express will give you $189 worth of credit for it, which is pretty good if you like Clear. Clear is similar to TSA Pre, except when you go, they scan your, I think it's scan your eye or something like that, and then you get moved to the front of the line, and then you go through TSA. I think now you have to, it used to be you didn't have to show your ID a second time, but now you have to show your ID again to the TSA people, and then they let you through and you do the TSA, the same, you go in the same TSA pre-check line that everybody else normally go to. Speaking of TSA pre-check, they will give you $85 credit, and it's valid, the TSA pre-check is valid for 4.5 years. You'll also get $100 credit for global entry. Global entry is $100, so basically the global entry is free, and it's every 4 years that you'll get that. So I added all this up. It comes to $12,139 if you use everything. Okay. If you what did I subtract here? Minus D4 and 5. If you don't do the hotels, it's $1,000, $1,389, which is still a lot more than $695. So you're still making out like a bandit, right? So if we do, what is that? 1,389 minus, that's $694. So you're actually getting twice your money back. If you do that. So the card in my mind is worth it. In your mind, it may not be, or it may be. Just make sure you look at all the different things that you're getting. And then I think that will, and these are just some of the perks, right? I didn't go through all the perks. I just went through the bigger ones. And like I said, they keep sending you these. The other thing, they have small business, and they run a promotion once where if you use a small business, they'll give you $5 back. I think up to $25. So there are a bunch of little things that happen, which is quite helpful. I think for me, the biggest perk is the Hilton and Marriott Gold Elite, because what this means is, one, I need fewer nights to get to platinum, which is or diamond or whatever the next levels of these programs are. And also, when you're at gold and Gold Elite status with Hilton, in some places you get breakfast, which, I was in New York and the breakfast was $25. And so I saved $25 just by having this. You also get upgrades, and the upgrades are subject to availability, but 9 times out of 10, whenever you go, I've gotten the upgrades. Sometimes the upgrades are, it's like you don't really need the upgrades because they give you this really huge room. And so, what am I going to do with this huge room? But it's if you like hotels, you like to stay in nice hotels, then the Hilton Gold Elite status and the Marriott Gold Elite status is completely worth it, in my book. So let me know if you have a card, or what do you use? What do you like about the card? This is not sponsored by American Express, but it's a question I get all the time. And I thought let me just stop sharing. And I thought it might be worthwhile to talk about it. The cool benefit I use the most is the lounges. They're not as nice as they used to be because there's so many people and they're so crowded. But it's still it's still a place away from the hustle and bustle of the airports. Problem with them being crowded is that when you get to the airport, you just don't have enough time to go and enjoy the lounge, because one, you have to wait for them to call you, which is like sometimes 20-30 minutes, but you only have like 45 minutes, play time, or your flight is delayed and you get there and then you have to rush from one gate to the next. And they do have some services in the lounge, but they're so busy checking in people, I've never really used them. But they could check your flights and things like that for you. I was in a lounge in Dallas, and this lady was telling the guy about some flight issues, like he wanted to upgrade to first class and things like that. So they have some function that they can do. They're not just there to check you in. And it's like Fort Knox to get in these lounges, by the way. You need a card, you need an ID, and you need a boarding pass for a flight departing within 3 hours. Reason why they've gotten so strict is that people were cheating. So people would show up, have somebody else's card and using it, but they're in a different look. It was bad. So now you need 3 pieces of ID to get into these lounges. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions, or if there's anything else I can answer for you. This is Kerwin with Travel Talk. Have a great trip and enjoy your flight. Talk to you soon.